just kind of continues to embody all of Nutanix cultural principles, and continues to deliver a foundation that not only do we use here in Frame, but we're also able to securely leverage and expand to expand our cloud platforms and our cloud capabilities. And as the guy looking at security on how do we defend against some of the world's most sophisticated actors to support our customers and their critical workloads. So just special thanks to everyone out there. Congratulations on the new office. And as everyone said, we're really looking forward to joining you out there and seeing everything and continuing to collaborate and work together. So thank you.
One of the topics that Dave just mentioned was security, and this has always been of particular importance for us as a company. So if you already had a chance to look around the office a little bit, you might have come across our security networking operations center room. So a situation like this where you have this embedded in your office has to be built and planned very carefully. So I'd like to now introduce Michael Phelps, who leads all of our workplaces build out.
Hi everyone, how you doing? Good. So I am the lucky person that gets to come on out here and look for a new facility, put a vision, think about what it's going to look like, how we're going to lay things out, and then you put a team together that actually starts putting it together, starts developing it, and then you get to walk into something like this. So to me, this is an incredible space. This is what I strive for. I think this is the epitome of an environment that employees want to come work. I think this itself is going to be a recruiting component. Just coming into this space, feeling the energy, feeling the way people work here, I think it's going to be pretty dang amazing. What do you guys think? Yes? All right.
So Michael, can you tell us a little bit about the journey it took from the first moment you arrived here, you found a place, to this opening party tonight?
So it was like 16 months ago or so. I was actually out here the day we closed the acquisition. It was great. I was able to go out and have a nice night on a barge on the river. So that was extremely fun to celebrate that. So came out here, got to meet the team, try to get an understanding of the vision of where we're going to grow the company. And I came back and I actually told the executives that when I look around the world and I look at the cost of facilities and what it takes to operate facilities, this is actually one of our lowest cost facilities in the world. So I was really encouraging to say this is where we should really focus and continue to grow. Because if we look around for operating costs and we want to save money, this is actually great. You got phenomenal talent, and I can go build beautiful facilities like this at a great cost.
Wow. And so I assume something like this is not done by just you. You have a big team around you. Is there a few people that you would like to call out, and how have they contributed to the success here?
So there was probably a list like 20 people or 30 that I got who contributed to this. So a bunch of people from IT and from my team, but Helena and Yuba were phenomenal. They were really the locals that really helped things go, helped really get the details here. I'm amazed at the details and the effort that they put in to make sure this was going to be a phenomenal place to work. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Michael. Okay, next up is our partner. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so now we don't only want to look at the people that work for Nutanix, that work for Frame, but we also would like to get a bit of a partner perspective here. So next up on stage, we would like to welcome Vesa from HiQ, please. Hi.
Dear Prime Minister, representative of Nutanix, and Nicola, it's my great pleasure to be here today and witness that the big international companies choose our country for their strategic development. That makes it easier for our engineers to work on world-class projects while living in Serbia. I am especially satisfied that this particular company, Nutanix, has chosen to open its center here. Nutanix is the company that country successfully works with for quite some time. In the US, we have a company, HiQ, which is chosen by Nutanix for the quality of its data protection and monitoring solutions, so we are glad to welcome Nutanix here in Serbia. Haiku is the first purpose-built backup solution for Nutanix. We were one of the first companies who recognized the value of investment in Nutanix. Comtrade, with more than 5,000 employees in 20 countries of the world, has become a global company itself. And I, as a person who has lived around the world and yet decided to settle in Serbia, am more than happy to see Nutanix to do the same. Nikola, I congratulate you and all the Nutanix employees on such a modern building, and I wish you a lot of success. Thank you.
Okay, we have one last point on the agenda before we move to the social part and the gathering and networking. So to close this off, one last time we would like to talk about the plans for our IT team. That is a big portion of this office and very important. And to do that, Nicola, please join me once more. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Larissa. And thanks, everyone, for being both patient, and thanks again for all the guests that were so generous coming here, and for all our guests sharing their Friday evening with us. As I mentioned before, like as a founder, you always fear that something's going to go wrong. This was almost going too perfect. We were supposed to have a dial-in from our CIO, Wendy Pfeiffer, but it looks like that she's unable to join, and she's supposed to give us an update on what we're doing in Belgrade to support our own employees and to support IT. And I'm going to give you a quick update that we were able to, with the help, in fact, of one of our key Frame employees, Luba, who all of you Nutanix folks here know really well, to set up an IT team in Belgrade that grew up rapidly, and it's now supporting our global organization with establishment of our security operations center and network operations center, and it's a great facility. I've heard from Rajiv that there is one at the HQ, but this one is what do you say? It's a little bit better. This one's nice. I'll have to check the one at the HQ as well. But we as they call we consume the products that we built. In fact, the largest installation of Nutanix is used by Nutanix itself. So we use our own product. There's a big data center in Phoenix that our developers are using. And then all of our corporate services, like as many of corporate services that we run there as well. And a lot of that is supported, and it's going to be supported out of here, supported from Belgrade. So in addition to the Frame team that I said is now probably sinking to below half of the headcount here in Belgrade, but obviously that's a good news. Rajiv talked about our core team that he and Mano lead. With our core technology, Nutanix's core technology, CDP. Then we have professional services and customer success. We talked about IT. It's really, I was thinking about, this small tree that we planted that now got to be a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, and now you have these leaves that are popping off, green, but then growing into branches really, really quickly and becoming really powerful on their own. So this is all so very new to me, what's happening here. I got to pinch myself that this is real. It really feels like we're taking that big next step forward. And I want to say, just from a personal perspective, I was kind of reflecting when Dheeraj was talking about some conversations that we had, and when Rajiv was here for the first time. And for kind of from my personal perspective, I want to thank a few people. I want to thank my dad, who's here, who helped me tremendously be who I am, who I think also embody these values that we cherish. And I also want to think of my mom, who unfortunately passed away last year, and she passed away literally 2 days before Rajiv and Sadish were supposed to come in here and have that meeting. And I remember being overwhelmed by emotions of like everything I was going through, and at the same time thinking about what she'd like me to do, which is to not cancel that meeting, to come together and to use it to to heal. And I remember also talking to Dheeraj on like all the reason why we should do this, and the note that he shared with me, and then what he said is like, hey, if you do it now, if we do this together, if we do this right, it's something that, when you look back at some point and think about things that were happening right now, you'll think of her. You'll think that it's all, because of what her and my dad did for me. And I will want to almost kind of dedicate this thing to her. And I also think there are many friends, many dear friends that I met, many colleagues I met at Nutanix over the last 18 months who lost their moms recently. I know Dave Sangster, who I grew to be a really good friend with. And I know a team that we're collaborating with that you mentioned and Dave Reber mentioned. So the Clusters team, I know that Nitin is one leaders of the team, kind of lost his mom unexpectedly just a couple of days ago. And I want to send my condolences, and this is to all our moms. And spend time. I'm getting to the age when we're getting to our parents being a little bit older. Spend time with them. I don't live here, but I think about her. I think about my dad all the time. So that was my personal note. I had to say it. It's something that this event really brought back, and then brought back those memories. But it's an incredible occasion. It's an incredibly happy moment for me. So I invite you all to hang out here with us, to tour the facilities here. And I'm going to tour them with you. I don't know exactly what's where, but really excited about learning that. And enjoy the food, the drinks, and the good music here. And thank you all for coming. Get some music on?
The recording has stopped.
Michael.